child?
It grows.
Any word of the boys?
They're well. Rebecca's Daniel keeps them.
You have not seen them.
I have not.
You are a marvel, Elizabeth. They come from my life now.
I know it.
None have yet confessed.
There be many confessed.
Who are they?
There be 100 or more now, they say. Goody Ballard is one. Isaiah Goodkind is one. There be many.
Rebecca.
Not Rebecca. She's 1 foot in heaven now. Naught may hurt her more.
And Giles?
You've not heard it.
I hear nothing where I am kept.
Giles is dead.
When were he hanged?
He were not hanged. He would not answer his indictment aye or nay, for if he denied the charges, they'd hang him surely and auction out his property. And so he stand mute and died Christian under the law, and so his sons will have his farm. It is the law, for he could not be condemned a wizard without he answer his indictment aye or nay.
Then how does he die?
They press him, John.
Press?
Great stones they lay upon his chest until he plead aye or nay. They say he gave them but 2 words. More weight, he said, and died.
More weight.
Aye. It were a fearsome man, Giles Gorey.
I've been thinking I would confess to them. What say you if I give them that?
I cannot judge you, John.
What would you have me do?
As you will, I would have it. I want you living, John, that's sure.
I'll think on it.
You cannot keep it, John.
I know I cannot keep it. I say I'll think on it.
Good then. Let you think on it.
I'm only wondering how I may prove what she told me, Elizabeth. The girl's a saint now. I think it is hard to prove she's a fraud. The town gone so silly. She told it to me in a room alone. I have no proof for it.
You were alone with her.
For a moment alone. I.
Why, then it is not as you told me.
For a moment, I said. The others come in soon after.
Do as you wish, then.
Women, I'll not have your suspicion
I
any
have
longer.
no suspicion.
I'll not have it.
Then let you not earn it.
You doubt me yet?
John, if it were not Abigail that you must go to hurt, would you falter now? I think not. Will she still, sayest thou? Dost thou think in time she will not quench and let instruction enter where folly now possesses? Do thou work. When thou shalt bring me word she loves my son, I'll tell thee on the instant. Thou art then as great as is thy master. Greater, for his fortunes all lie speechless, and his name is at last gasp. Return he cannot, nor continue where he is. To shift his being is to exchange one misery with another, and every day that comes to decay a day's work in him. What shalt thou expect? To be a depender on a thing that leans, who cannot be new built, nor has no friends so much as but to profit. Oh. Thou takest up thou know'st not what, but take it for thy labor. It is the thing I made which hath the king 5 times redeemed from death. I do not know what is more cordial. Nay, I prithee take it. It is an earnest of a further good that I mean to thee. Tell thy mistress how the case stands with her. Do it as from thyself. Think, what a chance thou changest all. But think, thou hast thy mistress still, to boot my son who shall take notice of thee. I'll move the king to any shape of thy preferment, such as thou desire. And then, myself, I chiefly that set thee on this desert, am bound to load thy merit richly. Think on my words.
But when to my good lord I prove untrue, I'll choke myself. There's all I'll do for you.
A sly and constant knave not to be shaked. The agent for her master, and the remembrance of her to hold the hand fast to her lord. I have given her that, which if she take, shall quite unpeople Imogen of leisures to her suite, and which she after, except she bend her humor, shall be sure to taste of too.
girl.
What? You think I said to myself, how can I know a lot of women? I know I'll develop a unified field.
Things are not being sincere, but let's face it, you have got some pretty splashy party talk.
Yeah.
And you have got the perfect and oldest pickup line. I'd like to draw you.
That's outrageous!
Maybe it's self-conscious. I'm just saying, somewhere way back you realized, maybe you weren't the handsomest things around and decided to go with your You are lucky. If you have a true talent that you are too wise to abuse. Because of that, you will always be desirable. So that when you wear out one woman, there will always be another one who wants to taste it, who wants to be next to someone like you. So you will never earn a woman. And you will never appreciate one.
But I do appreciate women. I draw them, don't I?
Well, that's because we're just so goddamn beautiful, isn't it?
Germaine, men want and women are wanted. That's the way it is, and that's the way it will always be.
That may be true, but why be greedy? And by the way, I knew you were using me, but I was using you back.
How?
Now I know what a painter is like. Tomorrow a street paper, or a newspaper, or maybe a bookseller. A street paper may not have much to say to a girl like me. But I can write my romantic scenarios in my head and fold them down onto a screen, project my fantasies onto, like you project your fantasies onto a piece of paper.
Oh, yes, I heard them all, and more too. For some of them had in them more feet than the verses would bear.
No matter, the feet might bear the verse.
Aye, but the feet were lame, and could not bear themselves without the verse, and therefore stood lamely in the verse.
But didst thou hear without wondering how thy name should be hanged and carved upon those trees?
I was 7 of the 9 days out of the wonder before you came. But look here what I found on the palm tree. I was never so berhymed, and the stagger this time that I was an Irish rat, which I can hardly remember.
Try you who was done then.
He was a man.
And the chain that you once wore about his neck. Change your color?
I prithee who?
Oh, Lord! Lord, it is a hard matter for friends to meet, but mountains may be removed with earthquakes and so encounter.
Nay, do it.
It is impossible!
Nay, I prithee now with most petitionary vehemence, tell me who it is.
Oh, wonderful, wonderful, and most wonderful, wonderful, and after that, wonderful, and after that, out of all whooping!
W-A-T-E-R. Walker. It has a name. W-A-T-E-R. W-A-T-E-R.